Are you like me and are just hyped to finally get the final list of Pokemon that are going to be in Pokemon Legends Z-A? Well, you're in the right place, because today we're going to at least be taking a stab at it, creating a wish list of Pokemon, including one from each generation that I personally want to see added to Pokemon Legends Z-A. Hey everyone, this is Connor from Pokémon House, and I'm here today to bring you this content. I am one half of Pokémon House, and this is a great way to also remind everyone here that Pokémon House is a part of the Game Haus. So we are a larger esports, gaming, and sports company that cover all kinds of different things, and that actually happens primarily on our website. So you're seeing actually an article today that is going to be going over this very thing. So if you'd rather just read what I'm saying, the link will be in the description of this video, and you can kind of talk about it, or go look at it there, rather. But, as I've said, today we're going to be looking at one Pokemon from each gen that I would like to see in this game. So again, this is kind of the article, a little bit of a spoiler there. But to kind of get us started, this is the list, courtesy of Cerebi, that we have of confirmed Pokemon, at least according to them, that are going to be in Pokemon Legends Z-A. I'll link that in the description as well, but this one basically just, again, kind of goes through who all we've either seen in a trailer, basically some form of confirmation from these Pokemon that they're going to be in the game. But so for me, I made sure not to include any of these Pokemon. There are some good ones, so it's glad to see. I'm glad to see we already have a few in the game. The starters, I'm a little sus about. I think a lot of people are, but yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Anyway, this is the confirmed list. Trying to kind of get all the way down to the bottom here, so you can at least see all of them. So glad Hawlucha's in the game. That was definitely going to be my one for, I think, Gen 6 is Hawlucha. But anyway, so these are all of the confirmed Pokemon. I will make sure not to pick any of the ones from this list. So without further ado, I think we go ahead and start with my Gen 1 pick, and that is going to be Growlithe and Arcanine. So this is also courtesy. I've got the Bulbapedia pages pulled up, so for frame of reference, people can see. Growlithe and Arcanine here. I'll be transparent. Growlithe is my favorite Pokemon in the game. It is my favorite Pokemon that you can get, and I'm a huge just Growlithe fan. I think it's always been one that's been fun in the franchise. The Hisuian forms or whatever, I've never pronounced that correctly, are great. And I think that this would be a fun one to see in this as well. In terms of, one, there aren't a lot of fire types. I think the only fire types from Gen 1 are Flareon, and then the Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard evolution tree. But Arcanine is kind of a fan favorite. And I love Growlithe. Arcanine definitely is a fan favorite, though. And this just kind of fits for me. I don't know why. I think the dog companion Pokemon seem to fit in my mind for Lumiose. Because people are just going to be having their dogs around town, whatever. I could see, like, a group of athletes or something, students having Growlithe or something like that. But this is one that I would really love to see again. But I have to admit here, so much personal bias. This is my absolute favorite Pokemon in the game. So I won't spend too much time on Gen 1, but it is a tough one to call. Number 2 from Gen 2 is going to be Slowking. Now, if you grew up like me watching the Pokemon animated shows and the movies, there was a movie where Slowking was absolutely incredible. I forget which one. I think it's Pokemon Legends 2000, or it's one that had to do with the legendary birds, I believe. But I've always felt like since that movie, Slowking has been hugely underutilized as far as Pokemon goes. What a marketable king here Slowking is. I mean, he can speak, so there's a lot of value there in terms of lore creation. I don't know what games he's necessarily been in. I guess a decent amount, at least that you've been able to get through, evolution. But again, I just feel like Slowking is incredible, absolute unit, as you might want to call him, and just a fun Pokemon in general. So, water type, there's a few of those confirmed, but not just a ton. I'd have to look. The water types, Starmie Staryu, Magikarp Gyarados. So there are some, I guess, relative to other typings, there are a decent number of water types already confirmed. But actually not that many, now that I'm scrolling. It's not horrible. Honestly. Not many water types at all. Got Skrelp there. Clauncher. Yep. Okay, so I mean, it wouldn't be that bad for the typing. And honestly, this is just another way for me to get Slowbro and Slowpoke in the game, which I think people would also love to see, regardless of whether you're an old head like me or not. Alright, let's move on to Gen 3. My personal favorite gen for Pokemon. It is close. Gen 3, 4, and 5 are kind of my sweet spot where I just love the game. Love the art, all that. I'm going to go with another personal favorite that I do think would be great for this game, and that is going to be Kecleon. I think Kecleon's another one you can just do so much with. Kind of kill some of these tabs here as well. But Kecleon is just one that, one, it's a normal type. It's a standalone normal type, which I think are always good to kind of, sprinkle in through the games. Gives players opportunities to play what they want. I think we have Kangaskhan confirmed so far. I'll double check to see what we have in terms of normal. So we just have a normal Kangaskhan there. What else? Not many other normal typings, I don't think. I think there's like... Okay, yeah, we have Patrat and Watchog there. I don't think there's any other ones that are true. Bunnelby, but it evolves into Diggersby, so... Kecleon would be fun. I also think, Kecleon, from a lore perspective, is always fun to kind of play around with. Obviously had that huge town in Gen 3. But there's a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon you could use, honestly, in Lumiose that I think would be great. But I would just, again, personally love to see Kecleon. Next one up is going to be Croagunk and Toxicroak. Listen, if you can't imagine a back alley of a Paris kind of city, not necessarily Paris, but Lumiose back alley, with Garbodor and these guys just hanging around, causing mischief up to no good, I don't know, you're just not a Pokemon fan then. So I really think this would be a great addition coming from Gen 4. Gen 4 is also what I competed in back in the VGC days. Had to throw in the Flex, always have to, shameless. And I considered at the time running a Toxicroak, and so I've always loved this Pokemon. I've always thought it was really cool. Croagunk, from a design perspective, I think is just one of the chillest bros. The highlighted middle fingers is cursed, but again, I think these would be fun. I'm trying to imagine the different elements or the different districts of the city and how those are going to have very unique spin-offs. And I think there's going to probably be. I mean, we saw in the trailer the Garbodor is kind of hanging out in the back alley, chilling out, causing, up to no good, eating garbage, whatever those Garbodors do. I think we're going to see, Arbok's been confirmed, and Ekans. I imagine we'll see them back there too. Let me see if I can find that quickly just to make sure. Houndour and Houndoom are going to be back there, in those back alleys, yeah, Arbok and Ekans. So just more to kind of have that, that, I don't know, just kind of the dark side of Lumiose with the poison types is always fun for me. And this would be a great one I would love to see added. Alright, now let's go to a typing for Gen 5 that we have not seen much of. We certainly don't see a lot of Dark Steel in the game at all, between Pawniard and Bisharp. So I love that typing. That's a lot of the reason why I'm picking these ones, honestly. But also, I think more important than the Dark type is just Steel type. We don't have hardly any Steel type in the upcoming game that have been confirmed. I think Steelix, maybe one or two others. This is another one though that a lot of these are just personal favorites, and so I guess I'm outing myself in that way. But this is just generally a cool Pokemon, one that I think you could do a lot of, especially just depending on what the districts look like we've talked about. If there's kind of a more, I don't know, futuristic, cutting edge, tech kind of, but also a little grizzled district, this one would fit perfectly. And I think we're gonna see, I think a lot of the city is themed around the arts and different things like that. Shopping, there's that big shopping center, but I do think the parks that we're gonna get are going to be distinct enough where I could totally see a Bisharp fitting in. All right, let's move on. We're getting into the later parts now, the newer gens. So we're in Gen 6, and this is where we're going to talk about Amora and Aurorus. Rock Ice, a lot of these I'm going for in the later gens. I'm just trying to find cool typings and Pokemon that I don't feel like we've really seen a lot and have kind of fallen off the radar. I think games like Pokémon Legends Z-A are perfect to highlight those Pokemon, and I think Aurorus could be a really cool one to have as a semi-rare, probably, yeah, again, these they level up at night, so this could be like a daytime, nighttime dependent thing, which is going to be in the game. But have these be in one of the parks. Let's say there's an ice park or a rock park. I think this could be a fun, rare one to run into with Amora there. So again, whether you get that, I obviously this comes from a sale fossil, so this could come into play that way as well. We really don't know what fossils are going to look like in Legends Z-A. There could be a museum holding them. There could be all kinds of different ways to activate fossils in this game. So I don't want to throw out. I don't know if we have any fossil Pokemon confirmed. I'd have to look. But again, I think it's certainly possible that we have fossil activation, whether it be like Kabuto, Kabutops, Ammonite, Amistar, these, you know, all that. So this is one that I would love to see, though. Again, just not one that I feel like has been represented all that much. Main reason for putting it there. All right, and then a personal favorite, Oranguru and Passimian. These, I think, are fun because I like having these kind of counterpart Pokemon in games where you have kind of both of the two interacting and it creates some kind of lore or side story, things like that. That's what I would want to see out of this, is just some kind of fun, again, activation where we are seeing the two interact in a fun way. It looked like in the trailer there was going to be like a school, potentially. At least there could be. So you could have... I could see Passimian, for example, like involved in, like a dodgeball team. Who knows? So I could see these two playing together in a really fun way. The chill, students, the vibier students could be hanging out with Oranguru. Maybe they have him. The other one's Passimian. But anyway, I think these could be fun from a kind of, again, counterpart standpoint to put into the game. Also, not a lot of psychic types. And again, there might be a couple fighting types confirmed, but not just a ton. Alright, let's move into Gen 8. We're almost through all the generations, just this and one more left. And also, by the way, curious to hear what you all's thoughts are on this. And just again, a reminder, you can find these all listed here on this article on the Game House's website. So I'm not reading from that script or anything. I really wanted to come on and kind of riff, talk about these Pokemon that I want to see. But still, make sure and check out the website. We're going to have a lot more Pokemon content. And also, this is a brand new YouTube channel, so a like and subscribe go such a long way. Genuinely, they do. We want to keep covering the game, so really excited to. So, Gen 8 is going to be Q-Font, and I am never going to pronounce this correctly. Copperajah, I think. These ones are just cute. Again, more steel. I think that these are ones you could throw into one of the parks, in particular Q-Font, where maybe there are like different types in it, but this is like maybe the only steel type you can get from that park, because it's just a Pokemon aesthetically that can fit in a lot of different environments. I mean, this could be in kind of just a fun entry-level cutesy area, but then you get this sweet evolution later in the game, obviously. This is, again, just more steel types. I have a feeling we're going to get more steel types. That's why I included these in Bisharp. Because we just don't have much confirmed. I guess I can pull it up and check here. We've got, Klefki right here. We've got, what else? Doublade, Aegislash. Yeah, all the swords, basically, floating around. We have more steel type than I thought. We still don't have a lot. Let's see. Any others that I'm missing? Yeah, and then Steelix. That's got to be it. So there's not a lot. So I'm a big Steel-type fan. I like playing defensively with battling. This would also just be fun. With the new battling, we haven't talked about this a lot in this video so far, but with the new battling mechanic, I just kind of want to see how some of these Pokemon interact and the sizing they give some of them. I mean, this guy is supposed to be 7 feet, 10 inches. I don't know how they're going to do that. Or 9 feet, 10 inches. Why did I say 7? Who knows? I don't know how they're going to put that in the game. He's 1,400 pounds. So I'd be curious to see what Copperajah looks like in Legends Z-A. But that brings us to our last generation, Gen 9. We've just seen these Pokemon. But let's talk again. we're going to talk about the salt Pokemon, the rock salts. No one really likes these Pokemon. I do. I love them. Knackley, Knackstack, and Gargonkle. Who knows? I never pronounce these things out loud, so excuse me for mispronouncing them. I think these are actually super interesting Pokemon. And, you know, you're in an artsy city. There's going to be someone selling rock lamps around. They're probably going to have worked with this Pokemon on that. This Pokemon just looks like a building, so I think it could fit in a funny way. You know, it's basically just a rock skyscraper. Honestly. This is just a Minecraft character straight up. But anyway, I would love to see these Pokemon in the game. Again, rock type, trying to diversify the types a little bit here. And also, I passed by it here, but this dude right here, Squawkabilly, I don't know why I didn't just choose him instead. Squawkabilly's awesome, so I would also love to see Squawkabilly just for all the Squawkabilly lovers out there. But no, I'm going with the rock salts. I think, one, we don't have a lot of 3 evolutions, some, but we just love to see the rock types. Trying to think of what rock types we have confirmed. Always trying to see about that. I mean, we've got Larvitar, Pupitar, Tyranitar, those. Is that it? Some ground types, which feel the same. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. Yeah, no rock types confirmed outside of that. So actually, this one does make a good bit of sense. I think, if not this 3, we will see several more rock types added to the game. Because there's really just not that many so far. But that is going to do it for my one Pokemon from each generation. You can hear my dog barking as well in the background. Again, thank you all so much for tuning into the video. This is just my hopes and dreams, though. I'd be very curious to hear what you all would like to see in the game as well. I recognize that a lot of these are just my personal favorites and may not be what you want to see. Also encourage you all to check out the website, go to the Game Haus, check it out. We've got a lot of great stuff on the site. We're putting out articles every single day, covering Pokemon, Civilization 7, TFT, and also if you're a sports fan, covering March Madness is coming up. The NFL season schedule is releasing. So a lot of great stuff coming from us at the Game Haus, but definitely like and subscribe here at Pokemon Haus if you're interested in specifically more Pokemon content, because that's all we're going to be doing here. So, as always, from our house to yours, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time.